Descubre tu oportunidad. Descubre un nuevo tú. Descubre Lord's University.
Mis amigos, welcome back here to Voces Latinas TV show. We want to thank you for being a part of our show. We're here in the studios of Trey Inc. and un placer. ¿Qué tal? But in the meantime, mis amigos, we have a great guest right here on Voces Latinas. I want to welcome mi amigo, Mr. Chris Amato. ¿Cómo estás, amigo?
Très bien, monsieur.
Oh, yes. Bienvenido, as we say in Spanish. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me. I'm doing quite well.
I'm glad you could make it out, Chris. And you are here to talk about something really nice. First of all, you're with the Historic, sorry if I say this right, Historic South Initiative, right?
Correct.
And what can you tell us about this particular program?
We started the Historic South Initiative 2.5 years ago with the mission of helping to revitalize the Old South End neighborhood. We consider the Old South End neighborhood boundaries the Maumee River, the I-75 pathway over to the Anthony Wayne Trail.
Okay.
And the southeastern or southwestern point is the viaduct or the Danny Thomas Park.
Wonderful. And right now, where we're located at, we are also on Broadway, on the Broadway corridor. So will this be part of that?
Oh, this certainly is. You're right in the heart of the Old South End.
And we love to hear that. We love to hear that. We're right across the street from the Sofia Quintero Art and Cultural Center. But yeah, a lot going on here. So there are a lot of components to the Historic South initiatives, and why don't you talk about them?
Yeah, there are 4 components. There's an education piece, a housing piece, community services, and jobs, which includes job training and job placement.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, in reference to the job placements and the rehabilitation service that you're going to be doing, I mean, or going to be asking for, what is all that involved?
Well, on the employment side, what we're doing there is we've got contacts in the community, business owners, and they come to us one-on-one and say, hey, I need somebody to do X. And so what we're trying to do is identify people from this neighborhood, the Old South End, to place those people in those jobs. So we've been doing that on a one-by-one basis. We also have a component where we're being the catalyst for job training. We're not doing it ourselves, but through an initiative with the Cherry Street Mission, their Life Revitalization Center in Baltimore, Velasquez.
We know Baltimore.
Yes, and we're trying to get youth, 16 to 21-year-olds over to the Life Revitalization Center where they can train them in a variety of job services.
And now, is this like summer jobs only, or is it jobs full all year round?
Yeah, these are full-time jobs.
Wonderful.
Some of them are quite good-paying jobs.
Great.
We've been in touch with Coleman Concrete, who needs concrete truck drivers. They're looking for people that want to learn how to be a concrete truck driver. Their initial reaction to us was that they might even be willing to pay for the training while the person is an apprentice, so to speak. But there's a lot of jobs out there right now.
Oh, really?
Very good paying jobs, all the way from auto mechanics to CDL truck drivers to welders. Rudolph Libby, I think, would hire every welder that they could come across today.
That is wonderful news, Chris. Now, for anybody that would maybe want más información, more information for these jobs and what's going on, where would they, or who should they contact?
Yeah, they can go to our website, which is historicsouth.org. Or they can just call me directly, and I can give my phone number.
Sure. What is your number?
It's 419-810-0070.
And it's right there on the screen, as the people can see.
So that's the easiest way to do it. And we are taking a lot of phone calls for that purpose.
Excellent.
Transportation, though, is necessary to get to the jobs.
Right.
But we've got a lot of employers who have asked us to supply them with people that can fulfill those services.
Sure. And I would imagine that they need to fill out an application and have references for all those if they want to apply for a job, correct?
Right. One of the things that they're looking for is a resume. Would be really good for anyone to have.
Real good.
And to build that resume. But they're willing to train the people. In some cases, they're looking for people that want a career. So it's
Okay.
not just a temporary job, it's a job where they can work there for a long time.
You also brought a little sheet here that covers the area of where all this is taking place. Can you talk about that?
Yes, as I said, the boundaries are the Maumee River over to the Anthony Wayne Trail, I-75 on the east, and the southwest corner is, the boundary is Danny
Okay.
Thomas Park. There are about 7,500 residents. At one time, there were 2,000 homes. One of the most glaring statistics, though, is that the level of home ownership is only 41%,
Okay.
which is arguably the lowest percentage of home ownership in the city of Toledo.
Okay.
So one of our goals is to increase the level of home ownership. So what we're doing right now is we're rehabbing homes, and we will sell them to somebody who wants to live in the Old South End.
Nice. Very nice.
In our first two homes that we're rehabbing, our actual costs will be close to $70,000 to rehab those homes.
Okay.
But the sale price will be closer to $40,000.
Oh, that is great.
So we're willing to take a loss, but what the homeowner will find is that the inside of the house will be totally new.
Yes.
New furnace, new water heater, new cabinets, new bathroom, new kitchen. They're going to be ecstatic to move into one of these homes.
Sure. Now, where does the money come from to help do all this?
Good question.
Yeah.
Basically, the money comes from individual donors.
Really?
Private donors, private foundations. We're getting a grant this year from the state of Ohio to help renovate and repurpose the former Carnegie Library. But for the housing project, for the education component, for purchases like we helped buy a bus for St. Peter and Paul Church, all those dollars came from individuals because they really have a heart for the Old South End, for the families that live here, and they want to make the Old South End revitalized and make it a community like it was 50, 60 years ago.
And I also have been hearing out and about that the city of Toledo was going to be doing something here on the Hispanic corridor, here on Broadway as well. Have you heard anything about that?
Sure, there's been a major plan put together, the master plan, that has gone before the Planning Commission. That was approved, and the next step is for that master plan to go before the city council for its approval. And that will direct over the next 30 to 50 years what happens along Broadway, the zoning, the commercial buildings,
there's a lot.
the street.
There's a lot going on here. I mean, especially in this area. I mean, with all the murals that makes the barrio nice and colorful, but a lot of these buildings are so old and they need so much work.
Well, we have a plan for that. Coming this summer, though, a major construction program. We're going to have at Field and Broadway, very close to here, a new Little Caesars Pizza restaurant.
Nice.
They're making a $750,000 investment in this neighborhood.
Oh, that is great.
Yeah, and that's going to create a lot of excitement. The repurposing of the Carnegie Library, that's going to be a major, major project that will include a health clinic, and Nueva Esperanza Latino Credit Union will finally find its home.
Yeah, we heard something about that.
Right, that's going to happen.
Beautiful.
And then the third major piece is, and Valdemar Velasquez and his homies have been very key to this happening, and that's going to be the conversion of the street lighting to LED lighting. That will be, in this neighborhood, the Broadway corridor, Old South End, is the first priority for the city of Toledo to do that conversion.
That is so nice. We are so happy to hear that. Chris, anything last you want to tell the community at large about your organization?
Well, one of the things that we're trying to do is engage the people from the neighborhood. We've been very active with the Broadway Corridor Coalition, and those meetings are monthly, and we would encourage the neighborhood and business owners as well to get involved with the Broadway Corridor Coalition. With our house rehab project, we are looking to engage local contractors. So if there's anyone that has a particular skill as a contractor to help us with the rehab, it could be drywall, it could be roofing, it could be concrete.
Beautiful.
Any of those skills we are looking for.
Okay.
So if they would contact us directly, I would appreciate that. Again, they can go to the website or they can call me directly on my phone.
And the information is right there on the screen for you, amigos. So, Chris, valuable information always, I'm just thankful for you to come out and make time to come on the studios and set here to talk about this information about your historic South initiative right here on Voces Latinas. All right, mis amigos, we're going to continue with más música como siempre right here para todos ustedes. Take it away.